What's up guys, theductist here, back for a new series to start off the new year. And what better way to start off the new year than with a new series. This series is about having some things that have names that you've never heard of or even cared for. And after this video you still probably don't care. And to be honest, I don't care either. But everything aside, let's get started. And welcome to What Is This? So, to get started, what if I gave you this word? I'm guessing you probably don't know what this means. But what if I gave you this picture? Ah, now you get it, right? Yep, the infinity symbol. The symbol actually comes from the Mobius strip. The Mobius strip is basically like a bracelet twisting 180 degrees to create this infinity symbol that you see. You can also create it from paper because that's what they originally used because it's like a strip of paper. Yeah, you get it. But the infinity symbol has a proper name, which is actually called the Lemniscate. In 1695 was when the Lemniscate got its name, but it was actually created in 1655 by John Wallis. John Wallis was a very successful mathematician in England. His work was actually used by Isaac Newton to create the binomial theorem. But go back to 1695. In 1695 there was this man called Jacob Bernoulli. He was the one that gave the Lemniscate its name. It was when he was describing this, he said it was curve shaped, like a figure eight, or a knot, or a bow ribbon, and the Latin word for pendant ribbon is lemniscus, which is obviously where you got the word lemniscate from. Now time for all you people like the mathy part of it. And even if you're not into it, just stick with it, it'll be over soon enough. It's really not that hard to understand. But the lemniscate has a lot to do with math, and its formula is open parentheses x squared plus y squared close parentheses squared equals a squared open parentheses x squared minus y squared close parentheses, which is where it gets its curve and figure 8-esque shape from. Somewhere you might see a lemniscate is in a bagel or a donut. If you were to cut the donut not directly in the center, but on the edge of the inner circle, and turn it around to see the inside, what would form would be the lemniscate. So next time you get a donut, cut it on the edge of the inner circle to find the lemniscate. But you can see that in the lemniscate, they're not two perfect circles, or two perfect ovals. The reason for this is good old math. So there's this thing called Cassinian ovals, and these ovals are presumably pinched at the top and the bottom. Those pinches also have a proper name, being quartic curves. There's a complex equation for how this works, but we don't need to know that. But, so you did want to know that. Well, here you go. If you're not into math, you might get a little confused. So in the Cassinian ovals, there's a point such that the product of its distances from two fixed points, a distance to a apart, is a constant b squared. According to Wolfram math, of course. So most of you don't get that. Yeah, neither do I. So let's have the two fixed points as x1 and x2, and let b be the constant, something that doesn't change. And the locus of points is y. The locus of points is just a set of points that meet the requirements. In our case, the requirements are just any points on the oval. Ultimately, when you multiply the distance of x1 to y by the distance of x2 to y, you should get z squared. Anyway, thank goodness we're done with that. And back on to what we were saying about quartic curves. These quartic curves occur because of this. The value of the variable named a determines the form of the oval. For a greater than 1, we see one curve. For a less than 1, two egg-shaped forms. For a less than 2, the oval is squeezed in the middle. For a greater than 2, the curve goes towards a circle. But what if we have a equals 1? Then the lemniscate forms because both values are equal to each other. Big help to 2dcurves.com for explaining this one. They say squeeze, but I like to say pinch. Personal preference. I don't know why you had to know, but anyway, moving on. Picture it like bubbles. You have that big bubble in your hand and then want to split it into two smaller bubbles. You put your hands together and slowly try to separate the bubble into two. While you're trying to split it, there's a moment where you can see how the bubbles are being split in the middle trying to separate. Just like when a is less than 2. So that's all the math and science behind the lemniscate and how it's formed. Of course you can go more in depth if you would like to research some yourself. By the way, it gets very complicated. A little something like this. But, the sign itself, what does it mean? Of course it's used as a symbol for infinity, but what else does it mean? Many people get infinity tattoos, and the foundation and reason for getting one is usually because whatever is on the lemniscate is something that keeps going, it doesn't come to an end. Let's take the example, the reason for getting the tattoo is because of a relationship. The two people's reason for getting a lemniscate as a tattoo is because their love can be represented as something that is endless and everlasting, and that won't come to an end. The lemniscate can also be portrayed through religion. For example, in the afterlife. In some religions, you keep getting reborn, showing that it's an infinite amount of times you are coming back on this earth in a different form. It's a continuous life cycle. Lemniscate tattoos have endless possibilities of what they could mean. See what I did there? Endless, infinity, Lemniscate? No. Oh. Okay. But, you see this one with the pizza? It shows the endless love for pizza, and that they will always and always keep eating pizza. Or maybe this one with bacon. Even the bacon has a Mobius twist. Like I said, countless of possibilities. So, now you know what a lemniscate is and what it means and where it came from. You got some nice, most likely useless information to share with your friends. If you have any other things that have a random name, let me know in the comment section down below, because we might just do that one next time. I had a lot of fun making this video and can't wait for some more in the future. So I hope we all can start the new year off right, and what better way than with this new video. I hope you enjoy this new series. If you enjoy yourself, please like, comment, and subscribe, because it really does show your support in the video. And don't forget to follow the new motto this week, as well as that this new year, 2017, has an endless amount of ways that it can turn out, and make sure it's a good one. Anyway, this is the Ductist signing off, and just stick with it. Ciao.